Here we have a couple of pro show winning bodybuilders, two bodybuilders that are qualified for the 2024 Mr. Olympia, in Rafael Brandao and Martin Fitzwater. You guys wanted to see this one, fan request of course. I used the 2024 Arnold Classic for Brandao, the Arnold Classic South America. The pictures didn't jive with the New York Pro of Martin Fitzwater, and that's what I'll be using for Martin Fitzwater. Even though his Detroit Pro, pretty good, arguably a little bit better. Now, I heard a rumor, and this is just a rumor, so you can bet it's probably not true. But I heard that Martin Fitzwater told Tony O'Burton that if Rafael Brandao tries that getting close with his fist stuff with me, that's what Martin said to Tonio, if he tries that with me, I'll produce a blade. And if he gets even closer, well, he's going to show him how to use it. But all jokes aside, guys, that's just a rumor that I made up, apparently. It's not true. Go through some of these shots, go through all of the shots, in fact, and I'll give you my opinion, because these guys are going to be close to get into that, top 6, depending on who shows up at the Olympia, could be top 5 situation. And like I said, depending on who shows up, these guys could both place in that 8th range. But it is going to depend on the condition that they each bring. I love Brandao's package that he brought to, I never thought I would say that, but I like Brandao's condition that he brought to this Arnold Classic. He was huge. Not huge like a mass monster, but for Brandao, he was big and he was conditioned with the size of the wheels. Now, Martin, he has a Derek Lunsford-esque waistline in this front double. He goes a la vacuum. Look at that, guys, huh? And winning on the arm department, I sometimes criticize Brandao on his smaller triceps. They don't match his biceps, with all due respect. I mean, it is what it is. Love Brandao's physique. But in the front double, I would give it to Martin. I think he has those big, juicy quads, too. Brandao's got some big quads as well. But, if it's toss-up between that, Next shot in the front lat spread. Poor Martin. He just was not opening up in this pose. At the New York, anyway. I think he looked better at the Detroit. Might have been worth to throw a Detroit Pro version up, but maybe we will in the back shots. Maybe we will in the back poses. But Martin, he's losing this one. Rafael Brandao, he is tall. He's peeled. He looks solid. I mean, that's why I said I love this package that he brought to the Arnold Classic. Much better than the Arnold Brazil, in my opinion. Look at that polish on Martin's wheels. Those are awesome. Big fan of his wheels. Not a huge fan of this upper body in this pose, Martin. But like I said, he has hit it a little bit better in the Detroit. Other than that, he kind of needs to work on it a little bit more. Side chest pose. And it looks like Brandao, he is inching himself a little bit forward in this matchup. I give him the front lat spread. I give Martin the first one. So they're tie. Now Brandao sneaks ahead. I think he's just too big. This is an awesome shot for Rafael. He has the muscle where he needs it. Doesn't need to be mass monster. Displays this very well. Midsection just as trim as you could imagine. I think he has a bigger man's chest than Martin too. At least in this instance. Side tricep. And this is the same situation, I think. I think the side tricep could be debatable. I think Martin, his display is very good. The angle. This is Rafael from the lineup, you see. So you have to take that into consideration. I still think that Brandao, he's getting both side shots versus Martin winning one front. Brandao winning one of the front shots as well. So this is, I think, a Brandao. He's in the lead. going into the back shots. And we knew this was coming. We knew that Brandao was not going to be in the same condition, glutes, hams, let's face it, guys, as Martin Fitzwater. It's just not going to be in the equation. Is he doing enough in size? He sure is wide. And I have to say, Martin Fix's water leaks is just, he's nowhere near to his potential of opening up in this shot. Now, not being foolish, well, sometimes I am. But not right now, I'm not. Watch this. You see that? Huh? This is Martin Fitzwater at the Detroit Pro, and dare I say, I think with this version here, it's not even close. I think he has more meat on the back itself than Brandao, and when you look at the lower half, I think that Martin Fitzwater was better at the Detroit. Everybody, including myself, all excited. Oh, he almost beat Nick Walker. He's the best he's ever been. Very polished at that New York, but I think hamstrings, glutes, all those things, all that nature, he is more devastating. Devastatingly handsome. Well, I don't know about that. Back double, he could be. Brandao known for his looks. Of course, I think his wife has eyes for Tonio. Well, the way she was holding his hand there, but I get ahead of myself here. I think this one, Brandao, I think he's more than a match for Martin Fitzwater in the back department. Brandao, he is a blanket. He covers a lot of ground in the upper body, but then the lower half, he's big too, and that's not helping him. Not in this comparison. The condition, the separation of Martin Fitzwater, ultimately, it is getting him an edge, I think, in the back shots. Now, just for shats and gags, here's the Detroit Pro. And yes, his back, I think it's the way he was posing that lat spread is why it was so much better, because his back double, it is a little bit better. I think it's a little bit better at the Detroit. But not like the difference of that lat spread. The lower half, he is much more devastating, is Martin. He's going to clean house if these are the two versions that they bring to the Olympia, at least in the back shots. I think it's enough to get an edge, a safe bet, that Martin Fitzwater will win the back poses. Due to the condition. Here's the abs and thigh. I always wish that Rafael Brandao would have like the Sean Ray-esque abs. Because he's very aesthetically pleasing, he should have. But he has more of the Ronnie Coleman. So does Martin Fitzwater, for that matter. Martin's much more separated in the abs. Flow, he's giving Brandao a run for his money in the aesthetic department. And in an abs and thigh, it does matter. Could be a toss-up. Probably siding towards... And I know you guys, you're just a fanboy, but I think I would side a little bit towards Martin Fitzwater in the abs. In the abs and thigh. Here's the most muscular, and this one could go either way. This one here is a toss-up, depending on your preference. Brandao, he's huge, he's a house, he's tall. He's not too tall, but he's fairly tall. Martin's not too short, but he is fairly short. Brandao's got that lucky number 4. You guys notice that? Mark Simpson, come on, homie. Off to bed and then some beer. Woo, bed, beer. Maybe not in that order. I think Brandao, it's a toss-up in the most muscular. Could be a toss-up in the abs and thigh. I might lean towards one guy or the other. I think Martin was getting those both back shots. I think Brandao was getting both of those side poses, 1 for 1 in the front. It's a tie game, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what happens. When it's a tie game, you go for the more aesthetic guy. You go for the bigger guy. Size, right? No, you probably go for the more conditioned guy. Wasn't like Brandao was outsizing Martin Fitzwater too bad. But yes, in this picture comparison, Martin Fitzwater gets a slight edge. And I don't want to upset you Brazilian fans. You guys are the beautiful people. The beautiful people. But Martin Fitzwater, he is good And we will see just how good both of these guys are at the Olympia. Maybe Brandao will get a good placing, get a higher placing than 10th. I think the lineup in 2022 was a little bit much, so it won't be the same. Won't be the same. Brandao will likely get a higher place in 10th. Hit thumbs up on the video. Let me know who won this one. Brandao with condition, or Brandao with size, presentation, or Martin Fitzwater with the condition edge. Have a great one, guys.